Greetings. This is Catherine, and I'll be your guide to constructing curriculum maps to advance intercultural learning, a mini module on the Intercultural Learning Hub. What is a curriculum map? A curriculum map is simply a chart that identifies the path through a degree program by which a student will attain a specific learning outcome. We need one to ensure that a path through the course coalesces into a coherent curriculum. A collection of courses is not necessarily a coherent curriculum. So we needed to make sure there are no gaps and also to identify where too much or too little emphasis might have been placed on one or more outcomes. And that enables us to improve student learning. A curriculum map tells us where the learning outcome is introduced, reinforced, or mastered, such as introduced in Business 101, reinforced during the mandatory summer internships, and finally mastered during the Senior Entrepreneurship Project. Deeper into the curriculum map, we also learn how those things are, what assignments are introduced, reinforced, and mastered, and how we assess the mastery of those skills at each of those stages. Mapping the curriculum is part of the cycle of improvement, which all colleges and universities in the USA are required to go through to remain accredited. If you already have a well thought out map through your degree program, doing a map, I'm reliably told, can take you 10 or 15 minutes. In this example, you might say, I want to assess the teamwork skills that come as a result of our blue courses on the map. And then you'll write down on your map, I measure in the third semester, fourth semester, fifth semester, and sixth semester of the degree sequence. Here's one example of a simple curriculum map. We're looking at two intercultural outcomes, curiosity and self-awareness. And the map tells us in which courses they are introduced, reinforced, or mastered. In this tree map, which was put together by a engineering school consortium in Canada, we can more easily see how much of the curriculum is devoted to a particular learning outcome. A large portion of this curriculum is building the knowledge base to be a functional engineer. Then, as we dig deeper into the first example, we see that the outcome of curiosity is introduced in course 1 by an introduction to the scientific method, as well as a formative assessment using the Curiosity and Exploration Index, which lets the students know whether they have a long way to go in developing these skills or not. In course 3, these skills are reinforced through the field research exercise, which are assessed through field notes and a final reflection plus a rubric. And then they're mastered in course 4 with the capstone project and the oral presentation. An alternative curriculum map may focus in on just one learning outcome, identifying the courses, as on the left-hand side, as well as the content and the assessment instruments that will be used at each stage of the learning cycle. Some common mistakes that are made when people first approach a curriculum mapping process. You should only check the course off as fulfilling one of the 3 levels of mastery if a significant part of the final grade is based on making progress towards that learning objective. You should avoid using elective courses to fulfill important degree learning outcomes or to fulfill a step in the cycle. Otherwise, some students may miss out on the opportunity to master that course. And for similar reasons, you should avoid relying on courses taught by other departments to fill out learning objectives that are important to your degree, unless you have a very close and cooperative relationship with that other department and the instructors who teach the course. For deeper dives, I've listed some URLs, mostly from the National Institute for Learning Outcomes Assessment, where you can get more details about how to do a curriculum map. But basically, mapping is easy, and I advise you to just jump in and try to do it. What's next in the self-directed learning module after this PowerPoint is over? I'm going to have going to show you a video rather, on writing good learning outcomes, and then give you a worksheet on writing intercultural learning outcomes with discipline-specific examples from this university. There will also be a worksheet on aligning intercultural learning outcomes with specific assessment instruments, which are free and validated and open source. I'll give you some examples of a curriculum map with my own expert critique thereof. And I'll give you more suggestions and resources for diving deeper into good curriculum mapping. Thank you for joining us for this presentation on curriculum mapping.